Hello everybody. So today I'm going to teach you 10 words that are actually borrowed from French language and are used by the English language. So this video I thought was quite interesting. One thing I have to say to you before I begin is that I don't speak French. I've learned French in the past, but I do not speak French, so I'm not trying to teach you French. And I'm not going to try and teach you the correct pronunciation of these French words. I'm teaching the pronunciation of how a British person uses these French words. So that's it. Just wanted to say that for any of you that try to comment like how bad my French pronunciation is, I'm not trying to speak French. I'm trying to tell you how a British person pronounces these words, because obviously most people can't speak French and they probably have a terrible French accent, but this is how we use them in English. Okay, so let's get started. The first one is déjà vu, okay? Déjà vu, okay? We have the V sound, déjà vu, okay? So this one actually just translates directly as already seen. So for those of you that are familiar with this word déjà vu, so it's kind of like the feeling when maybe you go somewhere or you're in a situation and you feel like I feel like I've experienced this before. It's kind of like a strange feeling, and they're like, you just think like déjà vu, like this has happened before, maybe in a dream, maybe in another life, we don't know, but it's that feeling of that it's already happened, okay? So that's number one. Now let's move on to number two. So this one is RSVP. So you probably have heard RSVP because it's quite simple and we use it when we want someone to reply. So RSVP actually means répondez. This is my terrible French accent, I'm terribly sorry. Répondez s'il vous plaît, which actually means please reply. That's how it translates, which is why we use it at maybe the end of an email, or we maybe use it when we send an invitation and we want someone to respond. So we've stolen this from the French, and instead of writing the full sentence of répondez s'il vous plaît, we just write RSVP. So that's probably something which you never knew, but it's quite interesting. Next one is quite an easy one, and that one is chic. Chic. Okay, so for example, we may use it when talking about a woman, like she is so chic, or the furniture in that house was so chic. Okay, it kind of means like fashionable, high class. I like this word, and yeah, it comes from the French language, and French language in general, I love the sound of it. Don't know how to speak it, but just always sounds amazing. So the next one is number 4 is touché. This one I also really like. Touché, you've maybe heard before. Again, I don't know how French people pronounce it correctly, but a British person will say touché. Okay, it's kind of like I get your point. Maybe somebody says something to us. Maybe we're having a discussion and then they say like a good point to us, and then we say like touché. Kind of means like, okay, I get the point. Okay, I understand, you win. Okay, so that is number 4. Number 5 is fiancé. Okay, so fiancé. Okay, so obviously when you get engaged. Okay, this one also is pronounced the same, whether it's for a man or for a woman. For a woman, it's the E is added at the end, but the pronunciation is still the same. I'm not sure whether that's still the same in France, but for British people, they pronounce it both fiancé, fiancé. So quite interesting. We use it all the time. We don't have a British word for this word. So yes, when we get engaged, we say this is my fiancé. Okay, not this is my girlfriend. Well, you can, or boyfriend, but you can say this is my fiancé. We are engaged. Okay, the next one is bon appétit. Okay, again, terrible French accent, but this is how a British person would say it. So we say bon appétit. Okay, and this one translates directly as good appetite. Okay, so we use this maybe at the beginning of a meal, okay, which simply means enjoy your meal, okay? Bon appetit. Sometimes my mum used to say it. I think it sounds quite nice. Again, as I said, I love the French language, so it just sounds quite classy. If before a dinner, okay, before you begin eating your lunch, dinner, breakfast, your brunch, yeah, you say bon appetit, enjoy your meal. Okay, next one, which you probably didn't know, which is cafe. Okay, the simple word cafe. Okay, if you go get your cup of tea, your cup of coffee, okay, you go to a cafe. And this is a French word that is borrowed by the British language. So cafe. The next one is often very difficult for, I use this word sometimes when I'm teaching and when we're talking about movies. And so this word is genre, okay, meaning like type. For example, like what is your favorite genre of movie? What is your favorite type of movie? Okay, so genre, it's spelt with a G, as you can see. So yeah, that's why people kind of look at it and they're like genre, yeah, they don't know how to pronounce it. So we pronounce it genre. I'm again not sure how the French pronounce it, but this is how the British pronounce it since we borrowed it from French language. The next one, okay, is if you're going on holiday and somebody wishes you a good trip, okay, they may say bon voyage. Okay, again, bon voyage is how British people pronounce it. Okay, this one just translating as like good trip. Okay, good trip, just meaning enjoy your trip, enjoy your journey, similar to bon appetit. Okay, good trip, bon voyage. Again, this one sounds quite nice. You may see it on signs somewhere. Sometimes you see like bon voyage, meaning like have a good trip. Maybe at the airport or something, but yeah, I see it sometimes and I like it, of course. And the last one is about flowers. So this one is bouquet. Okay, so if you go to a wedding, okay, or you go, you may be given some flowers at an important event, okay, you say a bouquet, like a handful of flowers. A handful of flowers is a bouquet of flowers. So British people pronounce it bouquet, okay? Okay, so that's all of the 10 words today. I hope this video was useful. And as I said, I'm not trying to do a British accent. I'm not trying to do a French accent. I'm simply telling you what words British people borrow from France and then use, obviously, with a bit of a British accent, because we don't really speak British and then suddenly do an amazing French accent. We're not as amazing as that. So we just use the French word in a British way and it sounds quite British. So these are words which would be, I hope, are very, very useful. You can use them for any learners of English, you can use these words because all British people will use them and know how to use them. So thank you for watching, and if you have any feedback, please comment below, and please be very kind to like and share and subscribe to my YouTube channel. I hope these videos are useful, and yes, I hope to see you all again soon. Bye bye.